Welcome back to Thursdays Are the Best Days podcast, episode 274. 137 divided by 2 or times by 2 is 247.
Yeah.
I think there's a route 247 in Pennsylvania somewhere.
Could be.
Uh Pennsylvania Route 247.
I know there's a 272, but I don't know about
Ah,
274.
yeah, I know that one. It was just kind of north of where I was. Man, Bruno, get on the train. Choo choo. Another
Oh
this
God.
one. All aboard. All aboard the nonstop train from Tuesday to Thursday. Brought to you by this Wednesday. Choo choo. Next stop, best day.
Oh boy.
Um. So, man, big news. Huge news.
Huge? Yeah. What's up?
Huge. This is like, in terms of Pennsylvania news, Burnout, this is about as exciting as Pennsylvania gets.
Okay, slap me with it. What's up?
Bro, I'm getting a Wawa.
Getting a Wawa. Where
Yeah,
at?
yeah, this far east.
That's west. Yeah.
Eat west. I think of them because they're in the east, but now they're not going to be in the east anymore. They're going to be more west
Exactly.
than they are east.
They're pushing.
On my way to work,
Oh
like
no.
like on like
Yeah.
I will be passing through the intersection past
Hell
this
yeah.
Wawa. And you know what? It's the same intersection that there's a shitty Sunoco. That's the only gas station technically on my way, like the only
Not
gas station
anymore.
on my way to work that I don't have to do any sort of detour for. There's gonna be one, so where I already fill up gas on a regular basis, they're putting a Wawa across the street from it.
Love to hear it.
Man, I've never had this. I've been to a Wawa, but I've never had a Wawa.
I've had. I feel like I've had more Wawa than I have Sheets.
Yeah, I mean you're in Wawa territory.
I am in Wawa territory.
Yeah, they kind of like, I think they had an armistice at one point. They were just kind of like trying not to encroach on each other, but now that that's all ended.
I see.
I mean, I still like Sheets. I don't know. I
Oh
think
yeah,
I think
no, they're both
they're both
great.
fine. Yeah, I just have never personally had like, I've never lived in a place where like I could say, oh, let me go to the Wawa right here, and like it's always been like I'm somewhere else and be like, oh, there's a Wawa.
Yeah,
Um,
I feel like that's how I am with Sheets. Like they're around me. Don't get me wrong, but like I definitely feel like it's been Wawa, and I was like, oh, there's a Sheets there. Nice.
so now I'll have,
I'm gonna be honest. There's a Sheets pretty close to me. It's right down the
yeah,
road.
yeah.
But like it's kind of in an inconvenient spot. It's like just far enough out of the way that it's like, eh.
Man, mine is just so small compared to the capacity that it like
I
they
think
they
mine
need to.
also is very small. It's an old one.
I feel like maybe at one time it was an okay size, but like I hate going there because they like it could be double the size, and I think that would be appropriate.
Gotcha.
Um, but yeah, the now I will have on my regular travel of life will now put me past a Sheets, a Wawa, and a Rudders on a weekly basis.
God damn.
I don't stop at the Rudders, but I really want. See the
I've,
Rudders.
I've
What?
had some rudders before. Not very often. It was okay.
Their donuts were always the best in my opinion. That's grocery pickup day. Pass by Rudders. I should stop and go get a donut. But yeah. Um, so that was my big Pennsylvania exciting news.
Pretty exciting.
Yeah, we don't got much else going for us. Be like, I have a liquor store near me, but like if I didn't, that'd be like the other biggest Pennsylvania news I could tell you. I can buy liquor closer to my house than I could before.
Sounds
But
about right.
I have one of those like semi night like I don't have the shitty ones that sell like just like the most
Yeah,
basic labels, but I don't
I
have
gotcha.
like the one in Hershey's like one of the bougie like the
There's
top
like
tier
three
bougie one.
levels. There's like it passes as a liquor store. There's hey, that's not too bad. I could probably find what I want. And then there's like holy shit, what are all these options?
You
Those are
have
your
like
three
four.
tiers.
You have like the one that's like holy shit is like four extra aisles that other
Uh
stores
huh.
don't have, and you're like,
Yep.
what are these brands? Yeah, that's the Hershey one. The Hershey one does tastings. You can fucking go in there and do like a tasting. They have
God
like
damn.
on like Saturdays you can go and like do samples of stuff. That's when you know it's bougie. Meanwhile, the one in Middletown near I lived was one of those like basic B ones. It was like two aisles and like again, if it was over a certain amount of money, they just wouldn't sell it, and it was all like it was just bad. It was let me put it this way, it was a college town chic, just all the college brands.
Yeah. I mean, supply and demand. It's
Yeah,
demanded. They're supplying it.
yeah,
But yeah,
but
I know what you mean.
um, oh man, I don't have um, I don't I'm looking for a prompt. I don't have a I don't have one. Shit. Um, imagine I have a little. This isn't white, but imagine this is white. I'm waving the white flag.
Oh yeah. What what's the deal?
I'm handing it over to the professionals, Bruno.
For what?
Lawn care.
Really?
True Green. True Green's coming out on Friday.
To fix your grass spots?
Oh yeah, everything. It's
Okay.
fucking.
Fair.
Yeah,
Yeah, they can be tough. I'm gonna be honest
I
with you.
I gave up. You know, one summer, and it's worse. It was better at the beginning of summer than it is now. It's all this heat and lack of rain. I just have crabgrass everywhere. Crabgrass everywhere. I have dirt patches that are like. I think there's more dirt. I think I grew dirt. Uh, I you know things aren't great. So we bought we subscribed to True Green Complete. I think on Friday they're coming to aerate the yard.
Oh, they really going at it, huh?
I need to. I don't think I could get away with not aerate my. It's so compact and
Yeah, I got you.
so far gone that I don't think I could have gotten away with like overseeding and fertilizing. I think they need to like come in here and poke a bunch of holes and like just
Yeah, no, fair.
um yeah, I'm waving the white flag with that one. Um but anywho, you know, maybe next time, maybe next house. The issue is my neighbor gets their grass treated, so theirs looks like super nice, and I just like they make mine look worse by comparison.
Yeah, I I can get that, especially when you have neighbors like with touching grass can be serious. That whole like lawn diversity kind of thing, you
Yeah.
know?
So yeah, that was my big thing. You do anything this week? Playing games?
Oh, bro, I fucking had a hell of a day. Okay,
What broke?
everything broke. So I'm trying to get a picture. All right. So my dad has a lift in his bedroom that has a remote on a cable. Okay.
Right, and it was breaking.
The cable was like frayed and not working correctly. Okay. So intermittent cable. Well, I printed out something. I designed and printed this object right here. Let me show it.
Cable cover
It's
10,000.
like it's like a cable kind of protector with a bit of you got string holes in there because a string gets tied to it. Slides on the end of a remote. Let me pull up the remote. This took me like 6 hours to design because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing still. But I did it, and I printed it, and it was functional.
Damn, you use that you use that fun color filament.
It's color change rainbow filament. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that printed it, done, great, worked pretty well. Tolerances were great, measurements were good. I figured out how the fuck to do a weird ass compound bullshit curve. Holy shit, man, that curve was no fun. But yeah, did it. Next day, doesn't work. Cable's too far gone. Just got
Gone.
beat to shit. All right, fine. Open that bad boy up. All right. Let me pull up a picture because I have one. Turns
So
out, yeah, go ahead.
this isn't like energy. Like this isn't a remote you can just buy a replacement remote. This is like
Replacement remotes technically are a thing. They're like $50. Just trying to go the low cost route. You slap that medical equipment name on something, you just add a zero, okay? So this is the inside of this remote, right?
that's like
8 wires
about
onto a
as low
circuit board.
quality. That's about as low quality of a like circuit as I could think. Like
It's literally 2 buttons. I don't understand why there are 8 wires. Like the most I can get to is four. Like, and the fourth isn't even needed.
well, yeah,
Okay.
that's what 1, 2, 3, 4, and then
But
9.
yeah, no, I don't understand that remote. I don't get it. I'm kind of scared of it, to be honest. So I whip out the soldering gun, the soldering iron, some solder.
Hmm.
I get all the wires off, nice and clean. Snip the cable past where it was like the shielding of the cable was all broken to hopefully cut out the problem.
Hmm.
Go to go to solder it back on, bro. I didn't know I was so shit at soldering.
I was gonna ask. That feels like one of those things that you were gonna tell me you were great at, but I guess you're
I
not
was confident going
super.
into this that it was going to be no problem. Turns
It's,
out, huge problem. Couldn't get one of them to work at all.
I've tried to solder and I'm not great at it.
I I will say, the soldering iron I have, my college gave to me in this stupid kit, and it was like, "Hey, here's your computer repair essentials," and it's like this bullshit kit.
Yeah.
So it's probably like a $5 soldering iron. I think
Uh,
that's part of the issue.
yeah, you need one of those like heat guns that like heat
The
everything out.
the other part of the issue is I think that this is a fairly complex thing, like soldering a stripped wire onto a pad that
Is
does
it?
not have a hole. Like a pin going through a hole is pretty easy to solder. I've done that in the past, not hard. A wire onto a pad like that, I think as soon as you get a pad involved and there's no through, it starts being an issue. So, defeated, I took my parts and pieces to my favorite 12-volt fix anything place and said, "Hey, this is what I have. I need it put back together." And they charged me $13.
How? And they soldered it up pretty nice.
Yeah, they did. And they put a grommet on the bottom too, even. But got home, went to put it back. So this remote has a magnet in the back of it, so you can slap it onto things and it'll stick there.
Yeah,
Guess what they didn't put back in it?
the magnet.
Yep. So I got to go
Glue
back
a
there.
magnet. Glue a magnet on the back.
I mean, yeah, I can, but also just fucking put it back together right.
So you had to take it apart again?
I haven't yet, but I do. Yes.
Is it easy to take apart?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just 8 screws. It's a lot of screws, but it's easy.
Eight
Just
screws?
yeah, 8 Torx, Torx tens, T10s.
The fuck you mean eight? I get it. This remote
I
looks
mean,
like
8.
that's what this remote's like 2 credit cards in length.
Yeah,
What?
maybe a little bit longer.
It has 2 buttons. What the fuck are they
Yep.
securing down with 8 cork? This is the most simple ass PC. You could literally like trace every connection where all 8 of these connections.
Look,
Well, it looks like 2 of them aren't going anywhere. To also
I
be
think there's,
honest.
I think there might be a light there. No clue what that does. Yeah.
Okay.
No. Yeah. No. I'm with you. 100%. Don't
I think
fucking
like
get it.
every. I think it's like double ground, triple grounded at best. Like
Yeah. No clue. I got nothing for you, bud.
unless it's is it dumb where it's like hitting the button completes a circuit, so you have to have an input output for each. Is it like a grounding input output for each circuit?
I have no idea.
Because that would be 6, and then if there is a light, that's another like 2.
I did not get out a voltmeter to try anything. I
My,
just
I
I
guess
don't care enough.
that, I care now.
I don't.
I'm invested. That's my go. My
Great.
guess is the button like completes a circuit, so you have like a loop.
That's usually what a momentary button does like that. Yep.
Yeah, and then for some reason that's grounded in case like the buttons cause like an over voltage of like
Yep.
that lift goes into overdrive.
Well, I think so. I think there are limit switches too. Like, but that's in the actuator. So like, I don't get it. I just don't. I don't know
Have a
why there needs to be 9 wires connected.
potentiometer. How many potentiometers do you got?
I think 0.
Maybe.
Bro, I don't know. It's fixed. That's what really matters. Great.
And look at
Done.
that. And look at that. It only cost you your sanity and $13.
Yep.
You really, you really saved. Was Bruno's sanity worth in full
No.
day worth
No.
$37?
Also, ordered a new remote too. It was an all hands on deck, get this fucking thing replaced or working kind of situation. We might return the remote, we might just keep it. I don't know. Also, the one we ordered isn't the same, so it's like I wasn't confident that it was going to work perfect, so like had to get
It's
something to happen.
it's 2 buttons. How?
If you saw the plug that this thing uses to plug into the lift,
Well,
you'd be
yeah,
scared too.
it would have to have 9. It would have to have
Yeah,
9
it
pins.
does. It does. It's a keyed, O-ringed, grommeted plug. That's like a $14 connector.
I don't know what the hell type of system you've. Is this
Medical.
German? Is it German?
Hoyer.
Sounds. Eh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um.
So yeah, that was my Monday.
Fun fact. At
Also was
work.
on like 0 sleep that day too, so just added to it. Just makes it
How?
great.
Why are we on 0 sleep?
Problems
You,
everywhere.
bro,
Just
just you
it's
fucking
all
on
broke.
Demon Hour with Eric, where like,
Yep. I don't know.
or
I don't
like
remember what it
feed
was.
baited him into like playing the rest of the goddamn Madden season before going to bed.
I don't remember. I don't know. I just it was a rough day. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah. Um. Man, what? Oh yeah. At work we have one machine that's like, uh, it's manufactured in Germany, but this random like I can't remember if he's Amish or Mennonite has the is he has the rights to like resell it in America, but he's just like this dude is just like rebuilding all this, not rebuilding. He's getting a bunch of parts and building the machines from Germany, and he's a Mennonite dude, and then you get like this weird like Mennonite support for this German-based machine where some stuff is in German, and it's just like,
Sounds great.
yeah, no, not much is great about it. No, in terms of like great, it's not. So that's fun. Um, oh man, that threw me off. I didn't realize we were going on a remote tangent.
Bro, it was
Is it?
my
Did
hell
you
of a long
rehook
day.
up? Did we rehook up the cable protector, or did that all those 6 hours go out
Yeah,
on?
so like part of me wants to redesign it. So, you know, like a coiled wire, like the stretchy wire, see on some headphones?
Yeah,
It's got one of them, but it's one of them that fits 9 wires in it. So it's fairly beefy, you know?
yeah, it would have had to be. That 9 wires is not even an Ethernet cable doesn't have 9 wires.
Yep. So,
You can do 10. You can do up to like 2.5 gig Ethernet with 8 wires, and that thing has 9.
and 2 buttons.
Yeah,
So, also, the thought of replacing the whole wire with Ethernet cable did come up because I don't understand why there are 9 buttons. We could make that, we could cut one of them out of there. Anyways, so there's a straight section at the end of those coils, and that's what went in the remote. That kind of got cut down to nothing, so like, doesn't quite fit right. It's still on there. I made it work, but
okay,
it could use a redesign, but the redesign gets much more complex. Like, I would need to learn how to do threads, basically, because of the coiled wire. To do it in my head, I could use this as an excuse to do a project and learn more.
gotcha.
And to do that, I would make like threads so it's a hole that the wire fits into, so it supports the wire instead of just being a hole, you know? But also, there's a huge part of me that says, fuck this remote, I don't care about it. So, I'm on both fences, and I don't know which one I want to jump from.
Can I get a can I get an enlargement of the? I guess I can click on it. Sometimes I can't get. Yeah, see, it doesn't want me. I can't click when you're like in it
Which
like this.
what do you want? Which one? This one?
This one, yeah. Can I get an enlargement of it? I think it's when you're like weirdly controlled in. It like restricts my access to the.
Gotcha. Might be a
Um,
setting.
it's like my I get like a little like cross arrowed like
Yeah,
that symbol.
like you've got a weird thing going on that I see too. Yeah, it's weird.
Um, uh, in terms of your printer,
Yeah.
is it,
Also, I printed this in the wrong orientation. I don't like how it came out.
I was gonna ask. Your print lines look thick.
There. So okay. So like on this face here,
Mm-hmm.
that is the bed of my printer, right? I think I have
Okay.
a I think I have a 0.4 millimeter nozzle, which is
Okay.
like it's not big, it's not small. It's like the standard size, right?
Mm-hmm.
Over here, this is an overhang because this is like a conical shape. So it's flowing down to a tip.
Mm-hmm.
So there was support here. And I have not tuned my printer settings enough for support to go well. And that support was like ripping and tearing off of this thing. And it did not want to let go. So that got ugly there. All the rest of it turned out pretty well. It was just that.
Oh yeah, I the sides looked pretty good. It's just that top looked thick.
It's like torn plastic, basically. It's like it's not good.
Now granted, a lot of 3D prints I see nowadays, people are putting more effort into like the sanding and the like finish. Like they're more
Oh,
finishing
sure.
them than they used to.
Absolutely. And some people print in like a point 0.2 nozzle, which is very fine. You can also, you got to keep in mind, my printer is like a $200 printer.
No, I know.
On the
Yeah,
scale of like printers, it's almost rock bottom,
yeah.
which I'm fine with. It works. It does the things that I want it to, which was kind of like just have it and it be a. I wanted to have a 3D printer, but not feel guilty about having a 3D printer that I don't use.
Yeah.
So I went with the bar really low so that I'm not upset with myself having like a $1,500 printer that I don't use ever.
No, it makes sense.
Um,
Um,
if I were to print this again, I would print it on this top face here so that it prints up and I wouldn't. The only support I would have is there's an overhang under here that would need to be supported,
okay.
which the orientation of your print means a lot. Honestly, this was a rush job. This all happened in a day, right?
Mm-hmm.
From I need something to it's done and installed happened in a day. It was probably like 12 hours from start to finish, maybe a little bit less. And this is a 4-hour print.
You worked it.
So like from design to done was a day. So I was trying to rush and I probably should have taken 5 minutes to think about how to print it. But I didn't. So
Ah, you rocked it. Um, uh, uh, I think I had, um, no, I thought I had another 3D. Huh. I lost my train of thought. I feel like I had another comma
watch
on
out. It might
here.
be off the rails. It's been happening a lot lately. Fucking trains.
Yeah, maybe I'll come back to it, but I'm probably not, because I won't remember it
What
till
was it?
tomorrow.
Adam Savage and his printing.
No, but he does some
Okay,
cool stuff.
he's getting into 3D printers heavy right now.
Back when we could like Linus Tech Tips, they had that metal 3D printer that was kind of cool. It's like you use clay and it
Yeah, I
but
think
now
it's
we
like
can't like,
sintered metal.
yeah, now we can't like them anymore. Um, oh, okay. This relates to nothing, but so did you watch on YouTube? It was last year and this year. I forget the dude's name, but they went on a journey. These two guys went on a journey twice now. Um, the first one was they wanted to go to every rainforest cafe in North America.
I have heard about this from you, I think, but I have not watched any of it. No.
And then this year they went to every Margaritaville in North America.
Yeah, no, not. Nope. How many of them are there? Like, what kind
Oh,
of numbers are we talking?
uh, I think this year's trips was like 10,000 miles. Um,
Like, is this like 100 or is this like 1,000?
no. Traveling or eating at every rainforest cafe. Um, that was 18 locations in 21
Okay.
days.
Okay,
And
that's
that
okay. Way less than I thought.
18 locations, 21 days, 8,564 miles.
A lot of miles.
And then this year's was every Margaritaville, which was 22 locations.
Okay.
Um,
I
I
feel
forget
like
how
for
many,
being so well known, there's none of them.
10,000 miles, and I can't get a date count at the moment.
Like,
I think it was like 20 some.
if you ask someone how many Margaritavilles are there in North America, I feel like you would get a number a lot larger than 18
No, 22
or 22.
Margaritavilles.
Yes. Sorry, I swapped them, I think.
Yes,
I feel like I would say I probably would have answered you a 3-digit number if you asked me how many there were before you told me this.
probably, but 22.
Crazy.
So if we, you know, If we ever broke it big on, if we broke it mildly small in the lottery,
Okay.
and I was like, Bruno, you need to pack it up for a month.
Yeah.
What restaurant are we hitting every? And I'm like, this is how we get famous
Ooh.
on YouTube. This is how we make our. This is how we do it. These videos are pulling millions of views, Bruno. We need to pick one restaurant. We're gonna hit it up like these two guys.
How many cheesecake factories are there?
Oh fuck. um, how many are there?
312.
Yikes.
That's too many.
Um.
That's 10 a day.
Okay. So like, how do I work? How do I Google this? How many? They're like restaurants that are not big but big. How many Hard Rocks? Hard Rock cafes are there in the U.S.? 32 Hard Rock cafes in just the United States. Canada, there can't be more
That
than what, like
that's
two
a
or
pretty good
three,
one. I like that.
right? There can't be more than like two or three in Canada, Hard Rocks. So we're looking at like 35. That's a day. That's like a double day.
That's not bad. We could handle that.
I think so. Well, I need like a. How do you? Oh, is this like a map of them? Okay, so um, see the okay. Oh, don't. Yeah, don't click. That's I sent you the picture, not the link. That's good. See, well, the fun part would be having to do like the two. I think that's probably like the DC and like Baltimore ones. That would be like the lunch and dinner one. That like we'd have to, and then like the New Jersey ones and the New York, like those ones we'd have to hit like.
We would have to do a couple double days.
Oh, we have to go to Hawaii. Oh
There's a
fuck.
flight. There's a flight involved to Hawaii.
Ah fuck. Well, I said North
But no,
America.
like, okay, fine. Like, even sure, reduce it to um the contiguous 48 states, whatever.
Plus Canada.
Sure, fine. But like that whole Northeast, there's a lot of them you could bundle in the same day. We could do like a lunch and dinner, easy.
So, so okay, here.
Do we start in Buffalo or end in Buffalo with the boys?
Oh shit. I think we start in Seattle or wherever. What's the top left one?
Or like, yeah, sure, I would have called it Seattle too.
Do we start
Or
in
no,
Seattle, drive down to California, hit up the like?
or you start in Pittsburgh and hit is that Illinois?
Chicago probably.
Yeah. So I guess sure, Chicago. And you got a trek to make the next day to is that Colorado, I think?
Oh fuck.
And then you fucking book it up here to Seattle.
Oh fuck. That's
But then you got the clean coast down. You could hit Florida, do like it looks like there's two right next to each other. That's a real easy day. And then two more next to each other, and then come back up. Visit Eric. You got
I'm
you come
I'm just
back
pointing
for the
out the
coast and go up.
if you're hitting if you're going Pittsburgh to Chicago to Colorado up to Seattle, then probably hooking down for the Californias
Yeah,
and then to like Vegas, that Vegas to Dallas is gonna be like
terrible.
that that's gonna be an awful drive because that's like the Utah. That's like the just if there's like a gas station, which is someone has a tin like a tin of gas somewhere that you like put $5 in a bucket and
Yeah,
like
the okay. If I'm being honest, we're redoing the plan. You're right. You start in Seattle. You come down, you go to Vegas, you go to Colorado, you go to Texas. You make the little triangle there, okay?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Keep your sanity. You come over here, you do Florida. You come up here to Georgia.
Yeah.
You swing over here to wherever the fuck this is in Tennessee or whatever that triangle of states is right there. You pick up Eric. Tell him he's coming with. You go to Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
You come back down, you bring Eric back.
Perfect.
And then you loop your way up to the north.
I guess you got to hit South Carolina, Rand. I guess after Florida, you hit South Carolina, then Georgia. Is that what you said, or do we forget about that
Or
one?
like you could go from Georgia to Tennessee, go do your Chicago Eric Tennessee thing, and then after Tennessee is done, hit up South Carolina.
Yeah,
And then
because
go
then
up
you're
the
gonna.
coast. Then you got a nice coastal drive.
Then we're like really close to home, but we like it's like a false sense of like
Oh yeah.
completion because
You
we
gotta
have
fuck
like
around in DC, then you gotta fuck around in Philly and New Jersey and New York City, and then Boston, and then whatever the other one is at. It's hard to tell, it's too far away.
yeah.
And then end it with a Buffalo and a Pittsburgh.
Oh, end it in a fucking drive across New York. We're like we're mentally shot, we're drained,
It's a
we're
long state.
emotionally we're
That's
emotionally
that's like a
scarred.
12-hour drive.
They're probably like pissed at us, like, ah, who wants to eat at the fucking Hard Rock Cafe? And then bam, like we show up and we're just like looking at each other like, what do you want? What do you want to eat? And I'm like, I don't know. I've eaten everything on this menu like twice now.
What's
Ah,
the Okay, I'm
can you do a trip? Can you like build a trip?
I'm sure I can. So like I can't tell which one this is. I don't know if I'm quite on the right one, but I'm just curious what the drive is from our northeast to uh all the way over to Buffalo. Like there's one in Connecticut.
Okay. Oh God. Oh God. That.
Like
Oh.
what do you think that drive is? Oh, that's
I
not.
have no idea, but I just put the Seattle to the Sacramento drive, and that. Oh,
That's a 7-hour drive across New York.
7 hours.
7:15.
That's not even like a wide part of the trip.
No. Eric's gonna be in the car for like 12 hours going to Chicago.
Oh God. I
What did yours turn up to be?
um God. So I man, this is not doing it the way I wish it would do. Oh, so from the Seattle one to the so like the top one Seattle, and then like the closer one, like in the middle top middle of California, that's Sacramento. That's an 11-hour, 718-mile drive south. Oh God.
Now I'm
Then
just gonna
like
work. Like, what's the next? Is that San Fran?
San Fran, uh to
And then
Los Angeles, where
yeah,
something Los Angeles. Maybe
yeah,
technically something else, but I'm sure LA brings it up.
and then
Vegas.
Vegas, and then we're saying Colorado,
Yeah. I think it's technically Denver down to
oh shit, that one's not being fun with me.
man, Texas could have fucked us over a lot harder because there's not one in Dallas.
Oh, that was not the right one. Shit. That Colorado one might be dead.
Oh, is it? Damn. Uh,
Nope, found it. Never mind.
I
Well, yep, we got it. Never mind.
was about ready to Google it.
And
Um,
then we're saying like
I think it's
San
San
Antonio,
Antonio. Crazy that there's not one in Dallas, but I'll take it.
and then Houston,
Yeah,
and then where the fuck do we go? Do we go
it's
to New Orleans?
uh, think it's not Baton Rouge, is it? I'm like trying to no.
Bourbon Street, New Orleans.
Okay.
And then where the fuck is the
Mo
next one? Mobile?
Mobile, Alabama.
Oh, that one's not being fun with me.
I'm looking for it. Uh, I think it's Mobile. It's the one that's like making
Oh,
sense.
that's not Alabama.
Oh, is it Mississippi?
That sure is Mississippi.
But where?
Who the fuck knows? It's right on the ocean though. It'll be
Big.
beautiful.
Oh, I guess it's long. I don't know.
And
It's like,
then are we going to Florida next? By the way, we're
uh,
up to 59 hours of driving. Just to let you know.
we're gonna post this to Eric and be like, "What do you think of this for the next boys trip?" I think there's
I,
like
I
two
think
in.
I'm I think I'm done for now. We're gonna hold this one for later. I'm tired of searching. The next ones look ugly.
Yeah. Okay. We'll finish that one later. I'm curious
You
of
just
what the.
throw
Oh
that link in
God,
there.
it's a because it's like a double Tampa. That's like the lunch and dinner.
It's like a double Tampa, double Miami.
Yeah.
It might be like Miami, Fort Lauderdale, but
Well, you
like,
can't forget the one in like bumfuck nowhere, Key West.
yeah, that sure do be down there, huh?
Yeah, and that's like it's not shitty, but it's like
It's a
it just
long ass drive on a bridge.
yeah, and then just straight like there's it's just a um it if I had if I had a month and I had the money, I feel like it'd be fun to say.
Sure.
Like I feel like you couldn't leave that
Would
trip
you
and
feel indebted to go to one if they popped up a new one?
oh 100%.
Okay.
Like you just like oh flew you from PA. It's like I've been in every Hard Rock cafe in North America. Like I can't not go. And they're just like oh
What made you
I
do
talked to
that? No, I don't know.
I talk to some local news station. I get like pseudo famous. I at least get my meal paid for, and then like that's about it. I get like a free dessert.
Yeah, fair.
They run some like story like why'd you do it? And you're like I don't know. Saw some dude at every rain cat forest cafe. I would highly recommend watching those videos. I like there's two guys do them, and I would recommend the one over the other. But that's because I personally watched the first guy the first time, but I watched both guys the second time,
Yeah,
and it's funny because they it's the same story, different narrative. If that makes sense.
yeah.
It's
It's from
how
a
they
different
chose.
viewpoint. Yeah,
Yeah, it's how they chose to spin it. But it's both encouraging and discouraging for like the thought of actually doing it because they're like, we're not doing it again. This was the last one, and everyone's like,
like
in the
it'll be
comments,
a struggle bus, but it makes for a good story.
it's great views. I mean, these guys like the one dude pulled eight
All right.
million.
Next question. What do you do in the drive-in?
The drive-in.
Like what are you driving? How are you getting from A to B to C to D to E to F?
So, um, the first time they used the one dude's Tacoma, and it broke down like four times. Like they killed.
Well, to put it into perspective, on the trip from Seattle to Mississippi, which is like half of them, or half the distance, I would say.
Probably.
It's almost 4,000 miles. It's time for an oil change.
Yeah,
You
that's a
know,
rental.
like,
Yeah, that's an expensive rental.
do you do like an RV?
Oh, what? It's so. Do we do it in style? Like, I don't know. Do we
You want to buy a tent and put it on top of my truck?
convertible? We
Fair.
a convertible.
Okay.
Chilling convertible down the west coast through the south.
I'm going to be honest. A lot of those states, you don't want a convertible, probably.
Probably not, but like a couple of them would be sick for the drone shots.
Sure.
We'd
Dude, I've
have to
always
buy.
wanted a drone.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'll be driving, you'll be
Like,
droning.
I've I've been close many times to buying myself a drone.
Yeah, Do we
I
do we
have
do
no
the
reason for it. I just want one.
Jeep so we can like have the flexibility? Not your Jeep. We don't need a truck, but like
What's wrong with my Jeep?
I gas mileage. That's what's wrong with your Jeep.
They're not going to be much better, let me tell you.
That's what I know. I'm thinking like a Prius. Not a site. Not I was gonna say a Tesla, but I don't want to. I want quick
Fuck
performance.
that.
Yeah. Um, do a Super Duty with like a 50,000 gallon tank. It's like
Like, no, I'm going like a Class A RV, a diesel pusher.
you want a diesel?
Just, you're spending more on gas, no hotels. Find me a Walmart.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the right call though.
Um. How about a
Could
small?
you hold on? Let's back up a second. I'm rethinking my thought already. Could you imagine me trying to whip a full size Class A motorhome into Los Angeles?
That's what I'm like.
That's
But
not working.
no. How about how about one of those like Steve style like tow behind campers?
Little baby camper?
Yeah, like enough that like you and me don't have an amazing amount of space, but we'll like make it work size. And then like maybe one of those, maybe like a Maverick, like a small like. Let's say we ditch. Let's say
Okay.
we don't. Let's say we ditch the RV idea until like after Vegas. Let's say we like would pick one up in Vegas.
I mean, this is the most sane version of an idea that you've given up so far. Like a small camper, a small tow behind camper
Yeah,
on a small pickup truck.
because we could ditch it places. Like we
I
could
love it.
like
Great. Send it.
yeah, and then like a small truck.
Like
That,
it's still going to be a little rough cuz like we would have no bathroom probably because it would be too small. And
yeah.
I don't think we want to deal with finding a place to empty one anyways. But
No,
like
we'll just but a
the
Walmart. Like
mobility's high. The risk of fucking city traffic issues is low.
yeah,
Mileage is probably pretty good. I kind of like it.
we could or we could rent a Sprinter. And that it's like that's a toned down version of your um
You want to live the van life for a month with me.
yeah, but like one that isn't renovated, but it's just two cots we like strap down. We like
Yeah.
we literally strap down two cots in the back. Um,
Hmm.
but then I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't know.
I would
I
almost
think
want
those are
the
the
pool.
best ideas.
Yeah,
Or
man.
like I feel like one of the little tiny motorhomes, like a van motorhome, you know?
Oh
And
yeah, yep.
I don't know what they call them.
I don't. I can't. I'm not motorhome versed.
Hmm,
See, now you're just getting sprint. That one might not be a sprinter, but at least looks like it from the thumbnail.
I think that they have
Oh,
class
yeah,
C.
yeah,
You know, like it's square. It's got the shape of a motorhome, but it's like just a van.
yeah.
A little short guy. I think that would be the ticket.
You know,
That would be
there's
like the flexibility for you to be able to do shit while the other person's driving, and the comfort of actually having a bed and like something, you know?
not because what's the inside of that bottom? Like that was what I was
The
kind of
van
thinking
one?
at with the van life. I'm just curious like what the inside of one of those actually like looks like.
Let me take a look. It's on sale.
That's a crazy amount. Not really for what you're getting. But like,
Here's your floor plan. You get a shower with a probably like mobile shitter.
yeah,
There's a single pull-out bed, um, bed
dang.
like seating thing. Let me.
Swivel chairs.
Yeah, they do swivel chairs.
That looks so. It looks so much worse in the actual
This
picture.
looks fucking tight.
Yeah, that shower didn't do any help with it.
No, I don't think this is the way.
No.
I think you tow something.
Yeah. Well, go by.
Or
What
like,
the?
okay,
Yeah.
no,
Well,
yeah,
what's the
this was
other?
the van.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
step up one.
I was just curious what like. One. It's crazy to me that like that one's 103. I guess that one's used maybe. No, it's a 2024.
No.
That van and that one was only like a $5,000 difference.
Yep.
Which I feel like you're getting so much more with that, but I guess you're not because it looks more like an RV.
Yep. It's about size.
Traveling in my RV, it's the only place to be.
Yo, we got a slide out with a queen bed and
Shit.
a cab over bunk. We can have separate beds and be comfortable, Nick.
Ah, bro,
Like this
that's
this is how you do it.
yeah. This is how we do it.
And then there would be a that's probably another bed, the dinette.
Yeah.
So we could
Pick up Eric.
unfold that for Eric.
Yeah.
It's got a fridge. See, like this is the way to do it. You
Yeah.
got a fridge, you got a toilet, you got a shower, you got a stove area. This is
For one, we're in the middle of Utah. It's at like pitch black, and we're both like mentally shot because we've just driven down the entire West Coast and we're like camped out on the side of this
look at the
road.
pop out.
That's great. What's popping out? Is that
It's
bedroom?
the bed. Yeah. The whole bed is sliding out. Let me see if I can find you a picture.
Oh, that TV gets.
Yeah, swivel out TV, 40 inches.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this one
Yeah, there
generator.
you go. So you can see the trim here.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is
yeah,
the wall. So that
yeah.
slides out. You could probably sleep in the bed without it slid out too, even. Like if
Probably.
we were trying to just like stealth camp on the side of the road, pull a Steve, you know? Actually, maybe not. That looks like a wall. That looks like an issue.
Maybe maybe slightly. Maybe the bed probably like folds up.
Yep. But like I think this would turn into a bed probably. So
Probably.
we could still make it work.
I will say that dinette bed probably is like the most uncomfortable bed you've ever fucking seen in your life. But it doesn't.
It's
That's
better than
Eric's.
a cot strapped to the back of a sprinter van, I think.
Yeah, but that solution was still better than some of the other ones.
Fair enough. Like that passes as a bathroom.
It does.
I wanna picture like the Give me the control. What you got? That's straight up just a van. All right, nothing special there.
Hopefully, is that Android Auto maybe.
Probably not.
You can get one of those tablets. I think they have
Fair.
like tablets like that.
Yeah, I think they do. All right. Yeah, I like that plan. I, you could convince me pretty easy to do that.
Oh, I think it'd be so much. I could never. I could never do it with Madeline. She hates car rides.
Ooh, that's a tough one. It's like 100 hours of car ride.
Exactly. I feel like I could do it. I don't see in myself why I couldn't do this.
Yeah,
Eating at
it's
every
good.
Hard Rock would get old. I think I'd have to like decide I'm going to eat through the menu. Like eating at a restaurant every like hit up the salads.
The legendary steak burger.
Send it.
It's the first thing I saw. It's like on their homepage.
Yeah, send it.
Grilled
Um,
chicken sandwich. I see some salads. Also, there's a steak salad. Because, you need the cowboy ribeye. You got the baby back ribs. No, yeah,
Ooh.
like, I could get through this menu. We could make this work. I could probably go on a 3 entree rotation if you made me.
Heck yeah.
Like, give me a ribeye. Give me a cedar plank salmon because I want something light for some days. And I might be down to go in on ribs too. I could probably rotate the three of them for a month.
Maybe there's this is only this is only making me want it more and more. This isn't like doing anything to like dissuade me. Um. Okay. Man, that got us. I wasn't expect like this is one of those topics that like it could have died really hard, or we could have leaned into it, and
We
we
leaned
leaned it.
into it.
Yeah, and it kind
I
of
think it
worked.
was good though. Did you hear about Fee camping this weekend?
No,
You
I
hear about
didn't.
that?
I did not.
Fee is going camping. He DM'd me on Monday, my hell day, and was like, "Hey, can you help me out? I'm going camping. I want to do." He wants to sleep in a hammock. I said, "Okay, sure." And I told him a bunch of things to know about as far as sleeping in a hammock and what direction to go. Sounds like he got some stuff. Take
Mhm.
care of it. Sounds like it's. I think he'll have a good time. Hopefully.
Um.
I always wanted to sleep in a hammock. Never did it. I should sometime.
Wait, did he have? Sorry, I might have missed that
No,
part. Did he?
he didn't have shit.
Okay. Did you see? If I was gonna tell someone to buy a hammock for camp, and they were gonna camp, I would recommend the one like Steve has.
It's close.
Okay, but
I
like
don't
the
think. I think
zip up
Steve's
net for
is
bugs,
pretty
and
nice. I
okay.
think Fee went a little on the cheaper economical side, especially seeing as this is like a quick need something going camping thing. Um, it does have a bug net. I think the bug net is removable, which is nice. And then it came with a rain fly and some ropes to do everything with.
Even like this one, like I don't know, maybe this one's it, maybe it's not, but like
I mean, I think I could probably find the link that he sent me. But no, yeah, like it's basically that. Yeah, that's what he bought.
okay.
And I
S-
said a bug net would probably be nice, whether you use it or not, kind of thing. But like, God, I would hate sleeping with bugs all over my face. But yeah, that's basically what he has. Um, yeah. So I'm sure we'll have to. Maybe we can convince him to come in on a podcast after he comes back.
oh yeah, heck yeah. That's yes.
I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'd have a
Um.
lot to talk about. Being some like my understanding is Fee doesn't camp and he's going camping. That's like the vibe I'm getting. I don't know if he
Mhm.
has camped or not, but he came to
Uh.
me with a good amount of questions. So,
I just. I don't. I will cabin. I won't camp.
and that's fine.
Like I'm fine with doing the outdoor stuff, hiking, all that. Like, but um, I don't. I don't want to like the tent is where I draw the line of like I don't need to be like miserable.
I've gone crazier than that even.
Yeah. What's
So,
the most crazy you like?
so I can think of two things that somebody else would think is crazy. Okay.
Okay.
First was one of the greatest times of my life. Went down to Florida and spent a week on an uninhabited, undeveloped island
Okay.
that we went to by war canoe.
Oh, I vague recollection of you saying this, but
Yeah.
yes.
Sea base.
Yes.
It was fantastic. 10 out of 10 would recommend. But like from the outside, it's crazy. Now
Mhm.
we stayed in tents kind of thing. They might have even been improved tents like with wooden bottoms and stuff, but the whole island, there's not a house on it, there's no electric on it, there's nothing on it kind of thing, you know. But it was a great time. The second one that was a lot simpler of a thing but was just as crazy.
Mhm.
Um like borderline winter, so like snow was involved, but not a
Okay.
ton of it. Okay. So like I can't remember if it was early or late season, but cold. Spent a weekend and all I had that I came with. Now I had more to be prepared for if shit hit the fan. But I spent the weekend with like a sleeping bag and a tarp and made shelter by like
Yeah, no.
tying stuff together and
No thanks.
had a tarp. Yeah, like that one was kind of crazy.
Mhm.
But yeah. No, it's good. I haven't gone in a long time. I should go. Well, I mean, it was last year, but I used to camp a lot.
You
So
no rides this year that I've heard of?
I've got one planned. I haven't made too much time to go out, to be honest. And one of my favorite ones got canceled because of insurance.
Yeah.
So kind of sucks. The one that I knew the fire chief that pulled the event,
Mhm.
apparently their insurance like tripled, and they wanted like $20,000 for insurance for the weekend
Yeah.
for the day. And it was like, well, that doesn't make it worth it for us to do it. So no, not having it. It was like the
Yeah.
I don't know, like the 15th year or something.
Really?
Ah, yeah, like this shirt.
Oh. So
This
wait, so
was
sorry,
when
what's the
was
one you're
this
going to
from?
this year?
This year is the one at AOAA, which is the place that I go to if I ever just feel like going.
Okay.
Give me a chicken dinner,
Mhm.
and it's a good time. Good, like a guide. I call them like a guided ride. Like they have trail markers for us to follow, but that's on an off road place, so there's trails all over the place. So it's like a guided thing that they give us trail markers and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, it'll
Um
be good.
yeah. Uh um sorry, I was looking at
It's all good.
I'm distracted by this trip thing. I'm it's still on my mind. It's still like
You want to
ah
camp somewhere on the way?
no. I'd say let's add a detour, but it's not needed. It's not needed. It's not wanted.
Find your detour on the way.
Yeah.
Like, I would drive an hour out of the way total.
total.
Like,
I don't.
if you want to go somewhere, it's got to be within 30 minutes of the route. Or, like, if you drag the route, it's got to stay, say, less than an hour.
See, that's where it gets a little bit like,
Because we got a lot of them hours to do, bud.
you got a lot of those hours to do.
How many people would you want to be in doing this? If we had that camper that has three, let's claim it has three beds. There's the overhead bunk, there's the dinette, and there's the queen master. How many people are you taking on that?
So you and me.
Would
I
you
don't
add a
think
third?
I don't think I could stand Eric the whole time.
No.
Or let me put it this way: I couldn't stand the whole RV looking like
The
like
fucking cloud in the RV.
if Burry was into the trip, I would take him, but I would feel like he wouldn't be into it, and I wouldn't want to be with him if he wasn't into the 100 hours in the car. Like not into it, Burry
I
would be. I,
love everything you just said, and I fully agree with you.
yeah,
I know exactly what you mean, and I agree 100%.
couldn't do her. Her would turn
We
the
would
100 hour.
we would never get anywhere. We would lose her and have to find him every every stop.
Boys, small detour, boys. And we're
12
like,
hours. That's it.
12. We're gonna hook it around. Hey, how about we go here tonight for dinner? Heard the whole point is we hit every Hard Rock. Yeah, I know, but like, okay, how about you guys go there? I'm gonna go here. Her, you're missing the whole point.
Oh
Uh,
god.
I couldn't stand watching Dick get his order wrong 35 times in a row. I couldn't, I couldn't mentally handle him driving around the country getting his order wrong in 35 different like
It would be more
locations.
than that cuz we would have to eat other things too.
Yeah. Um. Is there anyone else? Is there anyone like out there that I don't see? Fee's another one where like I don't know if he'd be into it.
I don't know. It's hard to say.
I guess my top options are Fee or Burry, but
Yeah.
either of them have to be super into it. Other than that, I like it'd be hard. It's just 100. It's like 100 hour. We're at this point thinking it's like possibly like 100 hours, and
It's like half
that'll
of all of the podcasts we've ever recorded
yeah, that's like
in a row
yeah no that's like it'll break you
of
mentally
driving.
level. Yes,
And there's more time. We're going to be together still.
yeah,
Like, you know, we're just stopped.
yes. Um, yeah, no. If you have any, I can't think of.
No, I think you're spot on with what I would say.
So yeah, yeah, that's yeah. Well, only because I'm ready. I'm ready to figure out the actual thing. Do you have anything else for this what this Thursday?
No, I don't. No. Oh, no, I do.
Oh,
I took a long time. I was dragging my ass. They received my headphones today,
oh,
and they are replacing the head to earbuds and sending them back paired with my case.
sweet.
So we'll see how quick that turnaround is, but that happened. Got an email today.
That's good.
But that's all. I used my old headphones. I can't I can't believe I went that long with those things. They're trash. It's terrible.
Yeah. I mean, what's it's nice. I mean, what's her fix are nice.
Yeah. No, I'm saying like these ones, my old set, compared to
Oh,
the
your
Sony
old.
ones. Oh
Yeah.
my god. It was like I don't even want to have these in my ear anymore.
You know.
I don't know how I went that long. That's all. I'm good.
No, I glad glad you might be getting him back soon. But
Yeah.
good. I was meaning to ask for a thing, but I didn't get it. But sweet. Well, we're gonna end it there because that's all we have for this week's episode of Thursdays Are the Best Days podcast. Thanks for listening and goodbye.
See you later at the Hard Rock Cafe.